G'day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about basically how you should prioritize teams and summons in DB Legends. Now, it's a bit difficult for new players, and a lot of the times they tend to summon on every banner, or they tend to summon, for every new unit that comes out. Legends doesn't necessarily support this. So unless you're someone who can afford to pull until you get multiple copies of the new units, having multiple 3-star units is a lot less effective than having one team of incredibly strong 10 to 14-star units. One, because of the Z-Boost system. The higher the stars of your units, the higher the Z-Boost that they provide to the rest of the team. And two, the stat system. Every single star does improve your stats by a slight percentage. Now, this doesn't feel like a lot when it's, going 3-star to 4-star, but comparing a 3-star or 6-star character to a 14-star character, the stat boost is noticeable. So there's two reasons to avoid kind of just haphazardly summoning. But also, generally speaking, what they tend to do is they tend to lump units that are good together on banners. This is also something that's important. But basically, when you are summoning, you want to focus on a select category of characters. If you are, for example, someone who likes to prioritize Future Saga, you tend to want to wait for banners where you have good Future Saga options, more so than bringing in tons and tons and tons of random units. Now, the leader system does change this slightly. The leader system, in theory, changes the kind of flexibility of teams. You can always have one leader that's not part of your team who will boost your team, which is important. But it's important to understand that having the latest and greatest unit as your leader does help, but it's not going to help if your team is not necessarily fully functional. So you have to kind of weigh up the good and the bad. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to just solve your problem by summoning on multiple banners. You need your units to be strong. Secondly, as well, units will Zenkai, but very rarely will their boosts change. The boost system is the team building aspect of DB Legends. So for example, my Vegito here boosts Fusion Warrior and boosts Future Saga, whereas my Goku Rosé only boosts Future Saga, and so in turn my Majin Vegito does not get a boost from Goku Rosé. But Goku Rosé is my lead, so therefore his boost does apply. But Zenkai boosts don't apply to leads. So, for example, if I want to use a Zenkai boost for, let's say, Fusion Warriors, it's not going to work because it does not apply to my lead. So there's important team building aspects to bear in mind. But for me, the summoning system in Legends is also best appropriated by its pity system. So if you are someone who is summoning, and you're someone who's a free-to-play player, summoning on banners and Legends is very important because you get coins. These coins can be used to circumnavigate the pity on the banner. They're the only realistic system that exists. So what you can do is, if you summon a set amount of times, you can actually outright purchase the new guaranteed character. Now, it's not something that's attainable for free-to-play players, but it is something that's also important when you're factoring in summoning. Now, the last thing I kind of want to mention here when we talk about how to summon for new players is it's important to also understand that unfortunately the meta in Legends moves in 6 months intervals. Generally speaking, units are at their kind of full functionality for a maximum of 6 months. Sometimes it's less. And then usually around Legends Fest and then around the anniversary, the meta will shift. This is largely due to two factors: lots of units being introduced, and of course as well a new premier unit or two premier units changing the way the meta functions. So it's important when you are summoning on a banner, if there's a ton of older units on that banner, you probably don't want to summon on it. It's just something that's important to keep in mind. But these are my tips. They may not help you out in general, but hopefully they do. Bye.